Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
I saw like your this screenshot and this thing. WhatsApp you sent, right? So I
Yes,
checked that.
sir.
Only thing it looks way too glossy
Yes,
and
sir.
it's look very glossy. And plus one more thing, skin. Just give me a second, check it one more time.
Like I just sent you with the mail also, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah, this one. See, like overall, it's very glossy.
Yes, sir.
Uh, just give me a second. Right. That overall, you see, overall, it's really glossy. So you have to control that. Mm, looks too red. So, and for lighting. So for lighting, like one thing you can do is like try to keep the upper body little lighter and lower body little darker. Not lighting, not texture. Okay. So
Yes,
if you
sir.
have a spotlight, like body, upper body is little brighter, lower body is little darker. It looks then it will look a little stronger and it will look nice. Right now it's like way too bright and there is no detail here. This thing fabric.
Like it is there, sir. Like a small dots only.
Okay. Looks little too bright. What is this? Is
So that
separate.
is the file. Yes, sir.
This one is file. This one is
Just
another render.
yes, sir. Full body render.
Yes. It's almost downloaded. Download. It is not here. She asked for like alpha, but she's not here. So like you have rendered this into Marmoset. So I'm almost downloaded. So I downloaded done. This is liquid everything. Okay. Low poly, high poly texture. Let's see. Okay, straps you keep separate. Okay. No, it's like just give me a second. Just give me a second. Huh? Okay, let's see what can be done now. So I don't have like in this system, Marmoset is not installed. So let's see. I will open Max. You this Max you use 2020 version, I believe, or 2022,
2018, sir.
2018. Okay, I have 2015. So it won't open. So I have to render it. So for rendering, I'll show you Arnold in Maya. It's like super easy, super fast, and give you way better result as compared to Marmoset. So I have updated version of Maya. because like after creating everything, like presentation also matters, because final render, like everybody going to see the final render only, so it should look very nice. So that is we are going to focus now.
Yes, sir.
I have all the this is, I guess, all the files, right? Head,
Yes, sir.
leg is basically body, rest of the body. Cloth is short or straps, I believe. Let's see. Let's import everything and check. So select all four of them. Maya. Oh, finally. So we have our entire file. Okay. This is lens, I believe. Yes, this one is lens, but there is an issue here. These two are intersecting. Okay, you created only this part, only front part. Okay, then it's then it's fine. I just deleted that. Control T, Alt H. Soft selection. B, middle mouse button, soft selection. Slightly outside. If it goes like this, you just select the camera and add couple of couple of zero. The problem will solve now. Which flow? Decrease and increase slightly, just increase. So it will cover the entire eye. So if from any angle, your eye will be visible. Now let's see. Let's apply the textures. The first thing first, select everything. Shift, right click. What is wrong with this mouse? Soft, everything, soft edges. Everything is soft. Clean. Okay, so here I can clearly see you have changed two different material is assigned. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. There's no problem at all in that. History. Here I have one material, two material, three material. Oh, nails separate. Okay. May assign textures now. So now I want to render this thing out nicely. So for this lens part, I have to apply a different material definitely here. Material. So for this, I'll be using Arnold. So I'm using Arnold renderer. So material I'll use Arnold standard surface, and then name it lens. So to identify this thing very easily, go to preset. You can see there is a glass. Just replace. So it will become glass material, transparent, and mesh. Select the mesh, shape, Arnold. Make sure switch off opaque. But that's it. It become a glass material now. Now skin. So let's apply materials one by one. Head. So I'll change this to scroll up AI standard surface. Name it head. So you can identify things very easily. So head. Now I'll just apply all the textures. Let's see. Head. I think I found the head.
गुड आफ्टरनून सर.
Very good afternoon. तो ईद का चांद बन गए हो.
सर ट्रांसफर हुआ तो सब अभी कर रहे थे. परसों ही मेरा पीसी सेटअप हुआ पूरा वापस.
Okay. So okay, here like it's fine, but only thing is, what I feel is it's skin tone. It's way too much red, and surface detail wise, what happened to the details? Like, I cannot see any skin detail, anything. It is like only noise. And if you're using this thing, a separate material, separate texture, you can just simply increase the UV full size and texture it. You'll get better quality. Right? Otherwise, the rest of the things are it's a waste. There's nothing. So, and body, let's see, this is legs. Body is fine. You can see the entire leg. This is leg only. Where is body then?
It's named torso.
Torso, yes, here it is. In torso, your head is missing.
Yes,
So you
sir.
could have aside what happened, you have applied two different materials to head and torso, right? So that's why they created two different textures. So you should have like this is one map. I can see it's empty. You could have like kept the UV here only, and assign one material and then textured it. So here this is waste, and in head, except this area, rest is waste, right? So make sure whatever one UV means, because I can see clearly you have planned one UV entire for entire skin, body, body, head, everything. You planned one UV. One UV means one texture, one material. It doesn't mean multiple texture. If a multiple materials means multiple texture. Two materials means two texture. So there is no connection whatsoever. Maybe the model is combined, but there is no connection between them.
Yes,
Because it, right, this texture will call from this detail will come from this texture, and body will come from this texture. So it's entirely different. So if you make this face UV full size, it done nothing going to change, right? So because it won't like create any overlapping or anything. So this thing is very important. It's very basic. Make sure understand this very clearly. Different material means different set of texture entirely, different set of UV entirely. There is no connection in between. So head is right now I can see this is waste. So make sure correct it or just combine them. One texture, one UV.
yes, sir.
Sir, is one texture set enough for head and hands?
Usually what I prefer, like a head, I keep it separate entirely, and body is separate. Okay, so there is an issue with this thing. Issue is you didn't apply any smoothing group to this.
I applied a single smoothing group, sir.
But in baking, I can see all those lines. Because the like in baking, okay, I'll tell you what happens is whatever your model is, if because it wasn't any smoothing group, so what happened? based on the high poly was smooth. So it will bake something like this and give you a result of soft surface. Output will be soft. So technically it's wrong. You should apply one smoothing group. So okay, let's see. Do you have a high poly? Okay, this is like I cannot open it. Okay. So let's see if I can apply like assign this one head. So for I have assigned for head AI standard, named it, and weight make it one full. Like full weight means full color from this color. Click on this files, and now I'm just simply shift right click, copy the path and open it, and control V, paste it and open. It will show you the preview of this entire thing, and you can see the path it will read automatically. Okay, no problem. For body torso, this one. And also change it, copy AI surface. The AI surface, why I am using AI basically Arnold shader. So I'm going to use Arnold render. That's why I'm using Arnold shader. It will give me better result. File, torso, shift right click, copy path. I can paste it here also directly and enter, but it didn't work because there are hyphens. So what I will do, paste it here, it will be an enter. And it will generate rest of the detail. The legs, you have a separate texture. Same thing. AI surface one. Open this file. Copy path.
Sir, but can't we put the textures directly in Arnold?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing directly. Like you have to create a material, right? Without material, you cannot assign anything. So
Sir, can you show how to assign materials in Maya?
Okay. So like whatever is there, suppose I want to assign any material to anything, just right click, assign material. Done. Right click. Suppose I want to change. What happened to this right click? Right click, assign new material to change the material, new material.
So we just select everything together, whatever ones we want to put in material.
Like like whichever part you want to apply a material, like it can be multiple materials, one material, two material, 10 materials. You have to select that, assign a material. So in this case, suppose you have like head is separate. So you have to select the head, only head. You can select in like paste mode also. Like suppose I want to select only this section. Paste mode also, right click, right click, new material. And any of the material I can use as of I'm using as of now I'm using Arnold, so I'll select on Arnold. I won't use Maya shaders, I'll use Arnold shaders. In Arnold, for rendering purpose, most of the time we use Arnold surface shader. There are a lot of presets are there, so click on this, see it change the material for that section.
Okay, sir. Sir, but material to same hoga, so how will the texture set differentiate?
Material same hoga as in?
So different materials are for different texture sets, right?
Yes.
So if I want to add the same material under a different texture set, how do I do that?
Same material under different texture set.
सर क्योंकि उसमें वो AI स्टैंडर्ड सरफेस वो मटेरियल तो एक ही है ना.
You have to create multiple materials now.
Okay.
Like
तो
for,
इसमें जो भी डाल रहे हैं उसका कोई मतलब नहीं है, बस खाली इट्स अ मटेरियल फॉर.
no. Oh, how rendering works, जिस पार्ट का जितना भी मटेरियल है, like suppose for this in his case, face have a different material, body have a different material. Okay, so you select only the face, apply a new material. Select only the body, apply a new material. Select only the
Okay.
legs, apply a new material. So it's everything separate, and like based on whatever you applied, Arnold is just a renderer, right? You in Arnold you don't do anything, you don't texture it. You just applied materials and render it. Arnold is just a renderer. Like Iray you have in Substance Painter, it's just a renderer. You cannot do anything there.
Okay.
So it's just a render. You have to have whatever material texture applying, same like Max, exactly same thing. Assign a material and then connect all the maps there. And then for face, like suppose in this case, these two are combined. So what I'll do is I'll go to UV and I'll see. Here is my face. Right click, double click, face mode. Face is selected. Right click, assign a new material. New material.
एंड सर कहाँ अगर मटेरियल एडिट करना है, लाइक चेंज करना है, तो वो कहाँ से होगा? मतलब
Hypershade, this one. Like you have material editor in Max, press M, right?
हाँ.
In Maya, there is no shortcut. This circular shape, this is called hypershade. This is almost like Unreal. They have this network of materials, right?
Yes.
It acts like that only. So it's very powerful tool. So here you can see all these A means Arnold materials, and these are basically Maya materials. So I just converted them into Arnold materials. These
So
are
can
all,
we drag drop these on objects?
yes, we can drag drop also, but that is not something I don't recommend, because what if accidentally you would drag drop into some other wrong part, or maybe suppose
Okay.
you have a face selected, it will apply there only. So that's why. So what I do is, so that suppose I want to apply this white material to the face. So I'll go here, face mode. My face is already selected. This is the entire one model. Face is selected. Suppose I want to apply this gray. Right click, assign initial shading group to selection. Change. You have to right click and assign. So right click and assign material. That's it.
Okay, sir.
Like if it's not clear, suppose you have, okay, let's see, I have this sphere. So in this sphere, by default, whatever you create, there is one Lambert one is assigned in Maya. So now for this, suppose I have the multiple materials here. So what I'll do, I select that section like this, or like UV wise, or maybe just drag and select whatever works for you basically. If the geometry is separate, you can just select the geometry and assign it. You can apply material in face mode also and object mode also. Both the mode you can assign materials. So I select this thing and remove this entire thing, and yeah, semicircle. So now I want to assign a material. So I can say any material. This is a selection, right click, assign new material, assign favorite material, assign existing material. Suppose you want to reuse something, okay, you can just use existing material already, or you can assign a new material. But in our case, we have to assign different material for different parts, as all the part have different property. Like cloth will be separate, skin will be separate,
Yes, sir.
and eyes and all those things will be separate automatically. You don't have to do anything. So there is an issue with the eye, you can see clearly. So as a texture I have assigned. So let's see.
Okay, sir.
So now for this eye, I just round, actually it should not be round. What is, I don't know, like what happened to this mouse. Yesterday it was working fine. So this loop, like this loop should not go inside the eye. You can see. And with arrow key, you can move the selection. Alt H, hide. Just deleting this thing. So you can see everything and now fit it nicely. So this loop, let's see. It should wrap around the surface. This part should go slightly inside. The basic shape, it should be a circular round shape. Circular round shape. And this is little distortion here. Switch off your soft selection, and to move to this vertex, press arrow, up arrow, and move it very easily. This inside thing, that is something not required. It's not visible, so it's small.
That's moving these things around in like after doing the UVs won't affect the UVs in Maya.
No,
Okay.
that is something we can, like, if you want to affect them, then you can switch on preserve UV. That is something is there or in Max also. You want to change it. Like loop construction is kind of fine, but this thing, shape. Okay, anyways. Okay, that those things, so like you can fix. So just fix the eye a little bit because eye shape was a little wrong. So corrected it, and now we have this thing. So right now we have applied only base color, nothing else. history, clean history. Now we go to head. So I'm going to apply all the respective like mesh, what do you call it? All the maps to like wherever it's supposed to go. So let's see. You have a normal map. So scroll down, geometry. It is called bump mapping. Click on this file and change this bump to tangent space normal. This is basically normal map. Click it here and select the mesh, your map, copy the path, paste it. Loading, you can see the moment you load, the shading change. Reason sRGB is on. So make sure normal map is always no sRGB raw. So I change it. I just ignore this thing so it won't give you any error. You can see things change. Now you can see all those lines are visible because I have smoothed the model. If there is no smoothing, it will look clean. That's why it looks like this.
Sir, I had a doubt.
Hmm.
Sir, while baking,
Hmm.
all the micro normals that we make
Hmm.
on the skin, on the face,
Hmm.
sir, वो सब तो चले जाते हैं like as soon as I decimate the model. So how do I project that detail onto my low
तो
poly?
उसको डेसिमेट कम करना पड़ेगा like decimation usually like depends like कितना how much you're decimating. If you decimate to like 0.1, 0.2 or 0.5%, it will lose all the detail. If you're doing it decimation in decimate in 10 or 20%, it will retain all the information.
Okay. But sir,
Decimation,
my face is like 4 million polys.
so yes, you have to decimate it now.
Yes, sir.
So that is your high poly. So you have to decimate the model and make it like then you have to bake everything.
Okay,
So,
sir.
that's the whole purpose of decimation because you need to retain all the geometry, all the detail, and reduce the poly count.
Okay, sir.
So here, what happened is here is the normal because there's no smoothing group applied. That's why this thing happened. Because I guess you smooth it in Max most probably, but in Substance, so the file you have exported, that file is not smooth. That's why this thing happened. So it should be perfectly clean and smooth. If you see, if you open it, this thing, I can see those lines, right? It should be without any light. It should be like this surface, super clean, no lines, nothing. So because all these
How
lines
to
are,
make that, sir?
hmm?
How to make that like super clean?
So for that, you in Substance, your file is the mesh you have low poly. There is no smoothing group. I guess you have used OBJ for texturing most probably.
Like I exported FBX and used that.
FBX. So, like when you exported the FBX, that time, like there is most probably there is no smoothing group applied, but otherwise this will be super clean. This will be clean because your geometry have this hard edges. That's why. That's why this thing happened. So make sure before exporting, like before taking it to texturing, smooth the model, correct everything. Your model should have one smoothing group applied throughout the model. And it will be super clean. Let's see your legs and other part. Torso. So here also you can see those. You can see all the faceted things. That means its model is not smooth. So this
Yes,
means
sir.
this means your model is not smooth. So you may have smoothed it after texturing. So that's why it was creating problems. So make sure before texturing only you have to apply this and then bake everything. That's why this problem is happening. So okay, anyways, then to like showing this will be really like rendering will be very difficult for this. I guess I have my low poly model. Is it? Just give me a second. I have my substance file, right? Otherwise, like I would like because maps are wrong, so I cannot like render it because rendering it will be all messed up because it will render all these lines and everything. So it will be all messed up. So I'll just export my file only and show that.
And sir, alpha cards also.
Ha ha. why it's triangulated. Like it should be quads, right? If you export it from ZBrush, it's quad only. Like if you import that while you're importing your ZBrush mesh into Max, there is an option while importing. There is an option retriangulate the model. By default, it's on. So make sure switch it off, and then import the model. So it will keep everything in quad only. It won't change it to triangles.
Sir, in ZBrush or in Max?
Max in Max.
Yes, sir.
So by the time I'll just reset it. Here in this file, I guess I have the Maya file also. I have Maya file. Shift right click, copy path, open the file. Yeah, my entire file is here. So just to show this thing, I am deleting all these things. Like there's a lot of stuff going on, so just deleting. But I will keep it. Forward. Control, drag, deselect those things, delete rest of things, delete. I'm just deleting just to like, because if there's a lot of geometry, it will take you a lot longer to render. Okay. And it didn't work perfectly. Yeah. Okay. Only this section. So here you can see this part. Let's see. This entire thing is one material. So before exporting textures, you can see everything is smooth. You can clearly see there is no faceted, nothing you can see. Everything is clear. Okay, I'll just delete this only now. So I'll just keep the neck. Only that.
And how do we assign smoothing groups in Maya?
Like select any model, shift, right click, soft edges. That's it. There is nothing called smoothing group in Maya. It's basically hard edges, soft edges. It should be soft edges. So your model should look like soft, smooth, clean. If you can see the face at all the angles, that means that you need to soften the edges. Okay, so I have this this thing. This is, I believe, one.
Sir, what about the places we need hard edges on? Like my armor pieces, the sides are hard.
So in that, like suppose you want to make anything hard. Like suppose this one, the center line, I want to make it hard. Just go to edge mode, double click, select the edge, shift, right click, same option again. This time you can see instead of soft, I'll click on hard edges. So convert that into
Okay.
hard edges. So still nothing happened because there's no information, nothing is there. That's why. So it will convert that into a hard edge.
Okay, sir.
The hard edge means it won't change the shape. It will this computer will read it as a hard edge. So if you want to make anything sharp, you have to model it.
Okay,
You
sir.
have to model it sharp.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so now I have this thing. You can see I have this lens already. It's there. Eyelashes also I have already. It's there. So eyelashes also. Where is my maps? Maps. Oh, I don't have maps here. So okay, let's keep it black only. So horn and these two, I believe this thing is and this thing is together. Same blend, just combine them. Just keep it sorted. And this is blend 2, this is blend 6. Separate. These have a different material altogether. Just make sure all the materials are separate. Lens, I can see it's a lens lips. Lens, it's already separate. Hide it. Eyes also already separate.
So those three are materials.
What is materials? Which one?
Sir, वो जो dialog box में आ रहा था side में, there were 3 tabs.
No. This one is material.
Okay.
This is separate. This is separate.
Okay, sir.
Those are different options. So like whatever like you're doing here, this is your material, like blend, Arnold surface material. There's so many things are there. So as of now, for everything, I'm keeping gray only. Let them like a gray. Let them be gray. For face, I'll export my texture. So I can do it quickly. Lens is there. Eyelashes, there's no texture assigned here, so I'm just keeping it black only. You'll see a black line. So just for body. So I have body, this entire body is together. So I just have to export this texture. Export texture set. Only body, select body, and now what you want to export, like whatever the map size. PNGs, no PNG at all. Targa, always. Targa, and what you want to export. Face, there is no metallic. Normal, I don't want. Height, I don't want. AO is not required. Only base color. And what one more thing you can do is template. Click here, scroll down. You can see there is an option for Arnold AI standard. That same material we're using, AI standard, same thing is there. Select this. This is a preset, and it will export everything based on Arnold. And now I have to export this thing. Folder. Create a folder. And I'm not changing size or anything. Export. So everything exported, done, cancel, and close this, discard. So now for this, now I have to create skin shader. So for this, first thing first, I default Lambert one, you cannot change. This is default, is it? Doesn't look like default. Okay, so click on the Lambert, scroll up, and you can see AI standard surface. Click this, it will change this to Arnold material, and you can name it as head, body, skin, anything you want to name. Now, after this, first thing, change the weight to 1, like full output from color, whatever color you are assigning, it will show you the exact same output. Now I'll go here and open my textures. Okay, preview is not visible, so no problem. Copy. Color, click on this tab, file, click here, Control V, and this folder open, base color, assign the base color. Then now you have roughness, right? We have roughness, so we will go to roughness, click here, file, and I'll select my roughness, open. So you can see by default this thing is I'm not able to change. That means I need to change my material shader. So I have to right click, this right click giving me like right. New material, Arnold AI surface. Now it should work perfectly. I'll repeat the same thing. Color, do not assign into weight, assign to color. Still I can see this sRGB is off. That means my file format, like by default the sRGB become off, so I have to fix that. So this thing is not visible. You can see this gamma is off, so it won't work properly. So what I have to do is I have to change all this property. I need to change this raw and all. So for this, what I have to do is, this is a technical issue with the Arnold. There's sometimes, because if you change version or import export, this sRGB switch offs automatically. So control, select the mesh, Control C, copy, create a new. We'll click on this. It's a new this thing. Control space bar. You can see sRGB is active now. Control V, and you can see your mesh is here. And select this one, head pasted, and press 6 to make texture visible. You can see color change instantly. So now this is fine. Now I'll go to roughness, click here, and you can see now this is active. So make sure click on ignore color space rules, so otherwise it will give you error. So this error will not be visible. Now change this sRGB to raw. So make sure all black and white maps, this is nothing to do with your diffuse map. This is only and only for any black and white map and normal map. Make sure it's raw. And this is only this one. One more thing to change to make sure your roughness works perfectly. You have to come down to color balance, open it, and there's something called alpha is luminance. Switch it on. This is only for grayscale map. Now, not for normal, not for diffuse, only for grayscale map. Rendering is altogether different subject. So these are like a lot of technicalities are there, and in company usually render, like people who do lighting and rendering, they have a different job profile altogether. So this is like little technicality, but remember this thing: grayscale means you have to activate alpha is luminance and make it raw. Normal means make sure change it to raw. That's it. If you click this, you'll go back. Scroll down. Now go to geometry, bump mapping, select file, click on tangent space normal, click this and select the normal map. This time normal, open, and change this to raw. So now you can see all this bumpy thing, you can see directly here in viewport itself. Hide this and this eye texture I need. This eye texture, you just send me an eye texture, right? So I can use that one only. Okay, let it gray only. Be gray only, no problem. Rest everything is flat. So right now I'm just rendering a skin. The skin works differently and rest of the part works differently. So select the skin and you can see your head. So if you want to delete the pasted, you can do that, do so. So now still you can see it doesn't look like skin, right? This is viewport. And once you're going to render it out, it will still look like this only. So I'll show you like how it looks. So for rendering, you need to have a light in your scene, otherwise you cannot render. Sorry. So the easiest method to render is go to Arnold. You can see there's a tab for Arnold. Click here and click on the sky dome. It will create a sky dome and you can select a map, basically HDRI map, not any random image, your HDRI map. So HDRI, I guess I don't have, or maybe. No, I don't have it. So there is a site called HDRI Heaven, and it's a free site. Search for HDRI map. You can see HDRI maps, HDRI Heaven. There is like hundreds and thousands of free maps are available. You can go here. Or it's something else. Poly Heaven. HDRI. And I can see there's tons of HDRI map. So whichever lighting you like, suppose this one, just download that particular. Oh, download is here. Sorry, not 4K. I want like 2K. It's downloaded. Show folder. It's here. Shift, right click, copy path, and assign this map here. Control B. And I can see in background, you can see the light, right? This thing. And if you want to like increase the size, reduce the size, you can definitely do all those things and move it or rotate it. Like whichever direction you want, you can do all these things. Now this will act as a light. So let's render this thing. Just click on Arnold. You can use IPR. You can, these are rendering setting. So first, this one is rendering setting. Click on this. Change the image size, the output size to, let's say 2K. 2K, and like whichever angle you want, close up or whatever you want, like place your camera. So now you can see if I zoom in, my face looks very narrow. It doesn't look very nice. So what I'll do is click on view, and there's something called create camera from view. That is something you have in control. This is Control Shift C. In Macs, option is Control C. So click on this and now you have camera. Name it, a double click, name it as render. Render underscore cam. Render camera. Select this, and by default, Maya's camera focal length is 35. Change it to like 55, 50, like ZBrush is 50. So 55 is basically known as portrait lens. So this is something, if you understand photography, you can do it very easily. 55 like a 55 mm lens is used for a portrait shot. So if you do it 55, 65, it will give you a better result. So I changed it, so you can see, and I can zoom in, zoom out, whatever like I want to change. Like this is my angle, I'll just fix it. Now everything is visible. Now one more thing, go to this and delete the perspective. So it will render only render cam. And now I want to render this and check it. So click on render. So right now it's rendering perspective. So from here also you can change, switch. So now it will render only and only your this cam, render cam. And this is my rendering, but you can see the background also. So what if we don't want don't want background? or you want to make it blur or dark or something. That is also possible. And this is IPR mode. IPR is basically, it gives you live render. Whatever you modify here, based on that, it will update here directly. So select this background, and suppose I want to make it dark or invisible. Scroll down. Now you can see visibility, camera. I can make it 0, and instant it will update here. Background is invisible. Lighting won't change, nothing will change, only it will become invisible. Suppose you want a little bit of this thing, 0.3. So now you can see the background, it's a little darker. So you can modify those things according to your requirement. So if you want, you can make it 0. You can, if you want, you can keep it 0.5, 0.2, or maybe 1. So now it's rendering. So, but you can see this thing doesn't look like skin. So to get a better result or better idea, let's stop this, close this. I have used this render. There are two different renders. This is little faster, but it's a IPR render. It takes little time to render final image. And there's something called this one. This is basically, if you click on this to open a new window, this looks like exactly the same, almost the same, but in this, you have more options. You have more control over it. Now, right click here and render cam. Click on this. But if you click on this, it will render the final output. So I want to see the thing. So I'll click on IPR first. It will give me a basic, this noisy render. So I can see everything. I can see everything. Now stop it, and I can render one section. So let's use 1:1 render. 1:1 is basically it's 100% output size. So this, I have this option. Click, drag here. Let's see, drag this much section and click on this. It will render only this region. So I can see the final output. It will be a little noisy because I haven't increased the render quality, because to make it to speed up, I just like using the default setting. So whenever you want, you can just, if you want to stop it, press escape. Stopped. 1:1. So now I can see all the surface detail, all those things are visible, but still it doesn't look like skin. It doesn't have that, so it's little soft, but it's still a little plasticky. And one more thing, it's auto resizing. I just switch it off. Now I want to make this thing make the skin should look like skin. So what I will do is, let's move this to a different screen. Select the head skin part, go to head, your material, scroll up. You can see it's basic, that's everything is there. So in by default, Arnold have a preset of skin. So click on the preset and you can see there's a skin. Click replace. The moment you replace, you can see the color changed. So now you have to modify few things. Now you want to open, now you need to open Hypershade. Open your Hypershade.
Sir, where did you open the Hypershade from?
This thing.
Oh, okay.
So right click. Okay. So now I want to edit the material. So till now we are using the basic default settings only. Now I need to make it believable skin, and I need to modify the material. So this is your head material. Right click. Previously I clicked this one to assign. Just I will click this graph network. It will show me the entire network of the material. Whatever is assigned, like, and whatever the input output, everything show me the entire graph. You can see it looks like your this Unreal's network node editor. It's exactly the same only. So now, to make it a believable skin, one thing you have to do is this alpha out. You can see this is base color. Click and drag, and oh, not this one. Sorry, this color out color. Click and drag, and connect it to surface color. Again, click and drag, subsurface radius, diffuse map. You have to connect here. Connected. You can see the colors changed now. You can see the color again became blue. Here, let's render once again. And skin shaded takes a little longer. Like a basic material doesn't take long time. It renders quite fast. But if you apply skin shaded, it will take a little longer. So rest of the body, you can use default settings. You don't have to change anything. You just have to need to connect your textures and render it. But for skin, you have to modify it. Otherwise, it won't look nice.
So that means it will take like quite some time to render the whole thing.
Yes, rendering is a time consuming process. Like that's why for just to render one frame, it might take like 2, 3, 4 hours, depending upon your
Okay.
resolution.
Okay, so
That's so like this is your production render. This is how production, like movies you see, like all CG movies. Movies they
Yes.
render it like this, and in game we use like Unreal, Marmoset, and all those things, real time renderer. So real time renderer is nice, but your movie render gives you better quality because it's calculate everything frame by frame.
okay, sir.
That eyelash, I don't have the eyelash texture here. Let's escape it now. Full screen. So now you can see, I can see all those small details, grains, but it's very noisy, right? It's not very sharp or crisp. It's very noisy. So because the render quality is low, So if you want to make it very sharp, crisp, and clean, one more thing you have to modify is go to setting once again, and this time go to Arnold renderer. Second option. First was common, it affects everything. Second is Arnold renderer, and here only one thing you have to modify: camera doubling. It's basically a multiplier. So if I make it to 7, it basically 7 multiplies with diffuse, specular, transmission, triple S, everything. So everything becomes 7 times. So if you increase, or if you want to manually control also, you can increase this thing. So for a very good quality render, you can increase the diffuse and increase the triple S also. Triple S is basically subsurface scattering. So it will generate all those detail automatically, but it will increase your time of rendering like tremendously, like maybe like 10 times. It will increase your rendering time. So as of now, I'm just changing only the camera, and I'll go to my back to render, and instead of rendering everything, let's render only a small portion of this. Only this section. Only drag and select. Now click on this render region. Now you can see it will take a little time longer to render. And to perfect your render, perfect your material, it's a really tedious task. You have to set and perfect each and every material. And if based on the render, you have to again, maybe have to go back and update your texture also. So there's like, if you want a very good quality render, you have to like step by step, you have to check the render and again go back, update your model or update your texture and render it again. It's a really like time consuming process. But if you do it right, the output will be amazing.
Sir, what renderer do you recommend personally?
Personally, I use Arnold always. Like for my personal portfolio and all, I use Arnold. Reason, it's like it gives you have better control over it. Basically, light and everything, material, shader, everything in control. And render quality also very good. Like whatever you see in this thing, ArtStation, most of the render they use Arnold, most of them.
Okay, sir.
And to right now, it's all the detail generated with the help of normal map. But for this, personally, I'll recommend use a displacement map. That will give you way better result.
Sir, how do we do that?
You have to generate a displacement map from ZBrush.
Okay.
Like whatever high poly you have created, based on that, you have to generate a displacement map.
Sir, we'll have to load in the low poly in ZBrush for that.
Yes, we have to load the low poly and then project the high poly on the. You need to have UVs. You need to have
Okay.
UVs. So you import your high poly, low poly, then in your high poly model and project all the information back to your low poly by subdividing multiple times. And then you have to bake a displacement map in ZBrush. And after baking, you can bring that map here and apply it and generate very good quality detail. It
Sir,
will,
आप ये बता देंगे क्या? This sounds very complicated.
and it's complicated. It's complicated. It's a little tricky also, and like to make like perfect it takes like years.
Okay, sir.
No, that's why if you check any like production studio, like who works for movies and all, they have a job role for lighting and rendering.
Yes, sir.
Their job is only and only render. So rendering is a altogether different subject. It's like if you perfect it, you can like, because final output depends on you, right? So that's why you need to perfect it. So it takes years and years of this thing, and there's a lot of calculation there, and plus there's a scale of the model, your light size, everything. A lot of things you have to consider.
Okay, sir.
So it's kind of rendering, but displacement I can explain. There's no problem. For that I have to prepare the file. So what I can do is Saturday we can have a class like morning time, like around 10 o'clock or something. Because
Okay, sir.
afternoon I have class already. So around 10 o'clock something. So I can prepare the file, like same model. I'll show you the same model we can combine exact same nodes. Every entire material is exactly the same. All maps are same, except we have to add one extra map, displacement. So it will generate all the fine detail that we have created in ZBrush. So you will get the exact same detail in render also.
Okay, sir. Sir, is it okay for now if I render it in Marmoset or some
Yes,
other
it's fine.
renderer?
Yes, absolutely fine. This is why I'm saying this, because finally, like whatever you have created, nobody will see like how much hard or like whatever the hard work or like process or technical difficulty, all those things, nobody will consider. End of the day, they will see your output. If your output
Yes, sir.
looks good, everything is fine. If your output doesn't look good, everything is bad. So you can see.
Then I'll take some time to understand Arnold better and then do it here.
Yeah, so you can see that you can see it was very noisy. Now it's quite smooth. So if we increase this thing, is it visible to you guys? Like this part is noisy, this part is smooth.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so like this is what, like if you increase the scale, like that camera AA, if you increase that number, it will give you better result, sharper result, and more smooth and crisp result. So this is like really noisy, and you can see this one is gray, is very clean, and this you can see it's really noisy. So like this, you can modify things very easily and get very good quality output very easily. Yes, it's little time consuming, but you'll get better result here in this. So this will
So
give
this
you,
is by adding that multiplier.
yeah, this is after adding the multiplier. So you can zoom in, you can see that, you can see here, noisy, not noisy. So you can
Yes,
see
sir,
the
it
clear
is
difference.
visible.
It's clear, visible. You can clearly can see. So here also you can see clearly difference, clear this difference. So that's what. So final render, you have to make sure everything is clean. And this is so like this is a very basic. I just tested it out. This is not yet perfect, because for perfect everything you need to make sure, because in this particular character the skin color is blue. That means blood cannot be red in color logically. So if skin is blue, blood will be most probably green in color. So I need to add subsurface by default is red in color. So I need to change that color. I need to manually modify that into greenish tint. Or maybe it's little
How can you
yellowish.
modify that?
Shader, like shader here, scroll down and you can see subsurface. So I have applied these two colors with, I have changed this thing, I've assigned a map. So it is giving me blue output only. So you can click this and change the color if you don't have a map assigned to it. So right now I have a map
Okay.
assigned to it. So so it's output coming from the map, diffuse map. So you can click this and change the color. And for one more thing, if you this thing type, subsurface type, just change it to random walk version 2. This gives you little bit better result and a little faster. This is the updated version. Like in updated, you only find this thing. Then rest is fine. This is fine. All these things are fine. Yeah. All these things do not no need to modify. So just apply your diffuse map here, your roughness map here. Suppose you have metal, you can add metal here, and your color. Why it's 0? And then change all this thing and then render nicely. And yes, suppose you want to apply a displacement. So displacement baking process is the entire different process that I'll explain. So if you suppose you want to assign a displacement map, suppose you have a displacement map. In that case, suppose you want to assign a displacement map, what I'll do is I'll go to this thing. This is my network. And if you go zoom here, you can see there's a displacement shader. So this is your basically shader, and this is basically shader network where you have multiple shader you can connect. Just click here. You can see displacement material, click file and connect your displacement file here. So it will generate all the details based on that. So in Saturday, I'll explain how to bake this, bake this map from ZBrush and how to apply it and render it out.
Okay, sir.
I'll show this and alpha also there. Huh? Forgot. It's
Sir,
alpha.
it's okay if you show the alpha on Saturday
Okay.
also, if you don't have time.
Now to like it's all. I have 2 o'clock class lunchtime, so I need to have lunch also.
Okay.
So
Sir,
the-
my night is going to be bald for now.
no, so no, just research. Like research about it. You can check like how to use Arnold and all those things. There are tons of tutorials and things are available online. Just read about it, research about it, because and there is something called Emily Project. That is something all of you can download. It's free of cost. It's a scanned model of a female head, and they give you all the maps, and plus they explain the entire process, how to render it, how to achieve a believable realistic skin. You can download that asset and try to render it out, and try to get a realistic skin. So then only you'll understand like this is really complex. Rendering is really complex, and it's not just only diffuse map, or not just only diffuse map, normal map and displacement map. There is like you have a sheen map, you have like, coat map, you have subsurface map, you have gloss map. There is so many maps to render skin. Skin is complicated. To render skin, there's like a lot, tons of map you have to create manually, and then only you can get very high quality skin. So Emily, it's called Emily Project. Just Google about
Emily
it.
Project.
Emily Project. So Google
sir.
about it. It's a scanned head of a female, and they give you a model plus textures and everything. Just try to connect and try to render it out and check that. So because if you are able to do that, it will become super easy for you to understand. It's very that's like something available in the market, so you should check it.
Okay, sir. Sir, to actually, sir, if I want to consider going into character art,
Mm.
so even like you said, nobody takes character artists initially, like
Yes,
for
yes,
freshers.
yes.
So, sir, how do I go about it? Like, how many pieces and like do
You
all
have
of them?
yes. If you want to be a character artist, the best company will be Little Red Zombie. It's in Hyderabad.
Okay.
Little Red Zombie. They work for only and only character. So
Okay.
and for getting into that thing, you need to know basic anatomy. You need to learn all the muscle,
Yes,
name
sir.
of the muscle, structures, bone, all those things, and you need to showcase those things. You don't have to create a very fancy character. You need to
Okay.
create, you know, how to sculpt a like arm, leg, or hand, or muscles. All those things you need
Okay.
to know those things, and plus you should know all the names, because in interview they will ask you the names, like this muscle, what is the name of this muscle.
Okay, sir.
Yes, it's very technical, very difficult, very tricky, and it's almost like medical student. They learn all the muscles, right? You
Yes,
also need
sir.
to learn all the muscle. You have to study the muscles, structure, bone, everything. And last year they had an opening for intern. This year I don't know. So you can definitely check this thing out, and because they come up with this internship and all the training programs. So if
Mhm.
possible, join that. Your life will be set. This is one of the best company for characters available in India.
Okay, sir.
So you can check that thing. Their work is amazing. Their quality of work and everything is very good. So and there are a lot of artists I know there. So they are like they are like, oh, quality of work is like amazing, like really amazing. So like whatever I do, like it's like 10 times better than me. It's like
Sir, very high bar setting.
yeah, that's what, no, that's what I'm saying. Like because to be a character artist, it's difficult, because
Okay.
reason is like when you create a humanoid or any character, even a layman can point out there is a problem in your model.
Yes, sir.
But if you create a hard surface model, you can just simply say, okay, this is like this thing happened, that's why it's looked like this. But for character, you cannot say that, because there is a
Yes, sir.
organic stuff, and there has to be logic and reason. There is a muscle structure, there's a bone structure, all those things are there. You cannot create anything randomly. So that is
Yes, sir.
something, that's why be a character artist is very difficult. It's very difficult. So but it's achievable. It's very much achievable. It just need dedication, and like you have to be open to learn continuously. There is no ending of learning.
Sir, and like initially portfolio में कितने मतलब क्या pieces चाहिए होंगे?
Initially, like depends, like where you going to apply and for what role you're applying. Because there are few companies they are looking for only texture artists, like Eccentrics is there in Bangalore. They're looking right now. They're looking for animators and texture artists. So they will look for like good quality texture. They won't care about models. Then
Okay.
they will have, there are companies they will ask for 3D artists. So then they will look for model plus texture.
Sir, in character, what all like?
For character, they will look for anatomy, your idea, originality, all those things. And if you copy somebody's 3D model, it's not
Hmm.
good. If you copy somebody's 2D concept art, then it's fine. Like converting 2D to
Okay.
3D, it's okay. So, and it should be like try to keep it original and anatomy wise, your pose, all those things should be accurate. Like if there is
Sir, but
any
mine is like a copy of a 3D, like it's a 2D concept art, but 3D also is there.
is there, so what you can do is you can modify that, make
Okay.
it your own, like your version of that thing, right? Your take
Sir,
on
but I
that model.
already made the entire high poly everything.
No, like you can you can always modify it, right? Like suppose you change some design, you can change some shape. Maybe your character is lean, make it little bulky. Not now, like it takes some time. After that, you can modify it, like change it little bit. You can change the hairstyle. You can, your character looks Asian, make it some Caucasian or something, right? Change
Okay, sir.
change the features, it will work. So and plus change the design, because armors like war armors are almost the same everywhere. So
Yes,
if
sir.
you change the design and all, change the color, change the like the style, it will work. So like for if you want to apply for a character artist, you need to have at least 3-4 characters in your portfolio, at least that too very good quality. Anything WIP not acceptable, anything like not good enough not acceptable. So if you feel like this is my best work, then only like showcase that.
Okay.
For
Sir, characters like finished characters rendered and everything, or
yes, finished
high
character,
polys also?
high poly also, high poly, low poly, your texture.
Okay, sir.
Because for character there is you cannot create a character without a high poly. So you need a
Okay,
very
sir.
good quality, high quality ZBrush model, and you showcase that. Plus yes,
Yes, sir.
and then you need to have a very good quality low poly with correct topology. So you have to retopo the entire model. Then you have to unwrap it, and you need to have proper unwrapping, like proper unwrapping, set by set. Everything should be clean and properly unwrapped, and then your render and final render should be good, like with proper pose. It cannot be a T pose model or
sir.
A pose model.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Okay,
Yes,
then Saturday, see, I'll prepare this file for displacement and all. So I'll show how to create displacement and everything, and how to render it out. Like super easy. Only thing like process is little time consuming, and rendering is time consuming. Rest we can do it quickly. Okay, then I'll see you guys on Saturday.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Well,
So,
yeah, tell me.
like, what should I correct right now?
What you do is you like export your model from Maya, from Maya or Max, the low poly model. Make sure apply a smoothing group, re-import into your Substance, and rebake your model.
Yes, sir.
If you rebake it, or because Substance nothing will change, right? Because everything, make sure do not modify the model, only smooth. Only soften the edges, and then import it back and rebake. You have to rebake, like all the maps have to rebake. That's the only thing. Once you do it, everything will be automatically updated.
Yes, sir. Like after I rebake, I have to texture and that's
No. Your texture will automatically load. That texture you have created, it will automatically reload in your file. You just have to rebake those bake mesh maps in Substance. So it will automatically load all the materials. Whatever material you already have, it will automatically load everything. You don't have to redo everything.
Like I don't understand. If I after I export the low poly.
Okay, once. See. Like suppose I'll show you. Like in Substance, you can update your model, right?
Yes, sir.
So you open your actual file, texture file, and update your model there. After updating, you have to rebake everything. So if you update, texture will be there, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, no problem. I'll explain. Just give me a second. I just open a sample quickly. The J tool. Let's see. So this is I have. Look, this is a default model in Substance. It's already there. So what you have to do, you open your textured file. Okay. So in
Yes.
Maya or Max, make sure apply a smoothing group and make sure it's a FBX file, not OBJ. Smoothing group, or if you're doing it in Maya, soften the edges, select the model, select the entire model, soften it. Okay. Then go to edit. You open your current textured file with that model, whatever you have right now. Okay. Then go to project configuration and select the new updated mesh from here. Right?
Yes, sir.
So then okay. So it will update the model. Nothing will change. All color, all texture, all layers, everything will be there. Only and only your maps you have to bake. It will give you some error. It will show you some wrong. Everything is wrong. So you have to come down here, bake mesh maps, select your high poly, and bake all the maps once again. So
Yes.
once you bake it, it will automatically all the textures, because it's all generated, right? So it will auto generate based on the new maps.
Yes, sir.
So you don't have to manually do anything. But there is a catch. There will be maybe, may not be. There are cases where you update a model, the entire texture vanishes. So in that case, what you have to do is select your entire like all the textures. Suppose whatever you have here, all the entire layers, Control G, group it and name it to your this Sagat. Suppose Sagat, right?
Yes.
Name it properly, name it, and right click, and convert to a smart material.
Yes, sir.
Then after only and only once you do this, then import your model. So first, so to be safe side, open your existing file, texture Substance file, convert this material into a smart material for all the parts, for head, for body, for legs, for all the parts. Okay, convert them into a smart material. It will appear here. Then update your model. And in case everything is fine, it works fine, just you have to bake this. If the texture vanishes, just you have to drag drop it here back.
Yes, sir.
So it will auto generate all the details automatically.
Yes, sir.
Now it's clear?
Yes, sir.
Sir,
Oh yes.
Then
sir,
render it.
class videos डाल दीजिए ना
हाँ
please.
हाँ हाँ मैंने I guess almost everything I uploaded.
No sir, बाकी है काफी.
Really? I guess last
सर
week
टेक्सचरिंग का नहीं है एक भी वीडियो.
नहीं बिल्कुल है. मैंने लास्ट वीक मैंने आई अपलोडेड एवरीथिंग. आई गेस ओनली एक वीडियो बाकी है वो जो कि अभी कॉलेज में है.
Okay, okay, sir.
Zoom में
I'll check again.
एक वीडियो एंड नो 1 2 3 वीडियो. नो 1 and 2 वीडियो. टुडेज वीडियो और ये प्रीवियस वीडियो. ये बस एक
Okay,
वीडियो
sir.
बाकी है. Cross check it. I have uploaded last week. I uploaded around 100 videos. So just check it.
Okay.
हाँ,
Okay,
so
sir.
हाँ, so
I'll
सारा
check it.
वीडियो मैंने अपलोड किया है. So just check it.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Anything else?
No, sir.
No,
Okay
sir.
then. I'll see you guys on Saturday. Bye bye.
Yes, sir.